fourth seminar tonight.
مرحبا.
ای احمدیان به نور احمد صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد و آل محمد.
پیوسته بگو تو بر محمد صلوات. خوش اومدید. این روز رو به شما تبریک میگم. تولد دختر حضرت فاطمه و حضرت علی بر شما مبارک. لطفاً شروع کنیم. خانم زینب شاه, she's going to do a recitation of the Quran for us. I'd like to invite her up. یه صلوات بلند.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله. وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة. هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله. عالم الغيب والشهادة. هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم صدق الله العلي العظيم.
برای سلامتی زینب شاه یه صلوات بلند. Tonight we have a very special guest with us. The district attorney is joining us here. I'd like you all to give her a warm welcome. Let's all clap. السلام ای دختر شاه نجف. السلام ای چادر زهرا به سر. السلام ای خواهر خوب حسین. السلام ای چشم زیبابین عشق. زینب کبری و زهرای دمشق. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Payman up. Please recite a loud salavat.
با عرض سلام خدمت شما خواهران و برادران عزیز. السلام علیک یا زینب کبری. السلام علیک یا بنت رسول الله. السلام علیک یا بنت امیر المؤمنین. السلام علیک یا بنت فاطمه الزهرا. صبر را مفهوم معنا زینب است. صبر را مفهوم معنا زینب است. کعبه غمهای دنیا زینب است. چون حسین از آفتاب شهر عشق، مهتاب عالم آرا زینب است. زینب سلام الله علیها، دختر بزرگ علی علیه السلام، مادر گرامیشان فاطمه زهرا سلام الله علیها، روز 5 جمادی الاول سال 5 یا 6 هجری قمری در مدینه منوره متولد شدند. خب شما میفهمید که 5-6 سال اول زندگی حضرت زینب سلام الله علیها با پیغمبر اکرم صلی الله علیه و آله و سلم گذشتند. امروز هم علم طبابت ثابت ساخته که بهترین دوران تربیه اطفال از اون سن خردش تا 5-6 سالگی است. فلذا در دامن رسول اکرم صلی الله علیه و سلم تربیه یافتند و بعداً هم امیر مومنان و بعداً فاطمه زهرا سلام الله علیها. خب کنیهشان ام الحسن ام الکلثوم، همسر عبدالله پسر عمویشان جعفر بن ابی طالب. 3 پسر داشتن، علی، عون، جعفر. 1 دختر ام کلثوم. وفاتشان شب یکشنبه 15 رجب سال 63 قمری. خب خارا برادرای عزیز، این میلاد بزرگ حضرت زینب سلام الله علیها را به شما عزیزان مشتاقان اهل بیت تبریک و تهنیت عرض می کنم. امیدوار هستم که به برکت این بانوی بزرگوار اسلام همه ما شما سال خوبی داشته باشیم و انشالله از صحت کامل برخوردار باشیم. استقامت در لغت صبر است و معنا زینب است. صبر باشد قطره ناچیز و دریا زینب است. در جهان آفرینش بهترین زنها فاطمه است. بعد بین زنها بهترین زن بعد زهرا زینب است. انشالله صلوات میگین یا چک چک میکنین، هر چیزی خودتون میکنین.
Thank you, Dr. Payman, for that beautiful recitation. So tonight we are here today to celebrate the birthday. We're also here to celebrate caregivers and nurses, and everyone here in some way or another is a caregiver. You take care of your family members, you take care of your friends, you take care of the people who you work with. So in one form or another, we're all caregivers, and so today it's to celebrate that. So I have a few jokes here to kind of break the ice. So there was 11 people hanging from a rope that came down from a helicopter. There was 10 men and 1 woman. They all decided, okay, somebody needs to jump because if we don't, the rope's gonna break and we're all gonna die. So no one could decide who was going to go. Finally, of course, the woman gives this long talk about how, she gave a long speech about, I'm going to save everyone's life, I'm willing to give up my own life, I'm so used to giving everything up for others, for my children, for my husband. And at that point, all the men started clapping. So the woman was left on the rope. So از اینکه همه خانوما اینجا سرپرست هستن و تو خونه زحمتکش خونه هستن و مسئولیت خونه و فامیل و شام و نهار دست شما هستش، یک جوک بگم که همتون درک میکنین. آقایون گوش کنین. بسیارم کدوم بگم. I have a few of them. آشپزخونه. Okay. So یه زنه بود و شوهرش برگشت گفت عزیزم بیا بریم مسافرت برای سالگردمون یه جایی که دوتامون هیچ وقت با هم دیگه نرفتیم. زن برمیگرد بهش میگه منظورت آشپزخونه است؟ پس آقایون یه سر آشپزخونه بریم، خانوما رو کمک کنیم، ظرفا رو بشوریم. دست محکم. حالا I would like to invite آقای مهدی up to say a speech. بفرمایید. یه دست بلند آقای مهدی.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. قبل از هر چیزی عرض کنم که روز جمعه است، متعلق به آقا و صاحب و امام زمان عجل الله تعالی فرجه و شریف عرض تبریک و تهنیت ساحت مقدس حضرت به مناسبت فرارسیدن ایام پرخیر و برکت میلاد با سعادت عمه جانشون حضرت زینب. انشاءالله خوشنودی قلب نازنین حضرت یک صلوات بلند خط بفرمایید. خب خیلی ممنون از خانم‌ها که مجلس امروز به نامشون هست. به بنده حقیرم اجازه دادن که چند خطی از بیبی حضرت زینب براتون بخونم و انشاءالله بعد من و شما دمشق باشه و زیارت حضرت. امشب دوباره مرغ دلم پر به سوی عشق کشد، بدون واهمه پر جانب دمشق کشد. دمشق کجاست؟ کی هست؟ همان کسی که هستی ز هست اوست که هست، همان که خاک درش بر فراز عرش نشست. نخیز مقنعش تا رهود عفت شد، نقاب ماه به جمالش اساس عصمت شد. نجابت از کف او آب زندگی نوشید، ز چشم سار وجودش حیا جوشید. من و ستایش آن جلوه خدا هیهات، که دست ذره به خور میرسد کجا هیهات. بانو برای خاک قدمهایتان شدن، تنها فرشتگان خداوند محرمند. این اسمهای آمد از جانب خدا، زینب، حسن، حسین همان اسم اعظمند. خون حسین، صلح حسن، صبر زینبی ارکان استواری قیام محرمند. صد مرده زنده می شود اما به اذن تو، صد مرده زنده می شود اما به اذن تو. با یا حسین توست که در سور می دمند، عمرم تمام و مدح تو مانده است ناتمام. معنای عشق زینب کبراست و سلام، معنای عشق زینب کبراست و سلام. قنداقه بیبی رو دادن دست پیامبر ایشم امیرالمؤمنین فاطمه زهرا امیرالمؤمنین. گریه قنداقه بند نمی‌آمد تا دادن بیبی زینب و دست امام حسین علیه السلام 3-4 ساله. اولین جا که چشمشو باز کرد به جواب نورانی ابی عبدالله بود و خنده بر لب‌های مبارک نقش بست، تا اینکه گفتن که بیبی جان امیرالمؤمنین فرمودن که عبدالله اومده خواستگاری، نظرتون چیه؟ بیبی عرضه داشت که امر شماست، ولی من 2 تا شرط دارم برای ازدواج. اولا اینکه هر روز باید حسینم رو ببینم، دوما اینکه هر جایی که حسینم بره منم باید همراهش برم. این عشق و محبت حسینیا از زمان بیبی حضرت زینب سلام الله علیها شروع شد. چند خطم از عشق و محبت ابی عبدالله و انتقالا التماس دا هستم در آستانه عشقت گداترین، در بین سائلان تو بی دست و پاترین، واضح ترین تجلی ذات خدایی و من عاشقم به روی شبیه خدا ترین. کام مرا به تربت تو باز کردند، نوزاد بودم که شدم مبتلا ترین. نفسی لک الفدای من و ما کجا رود، وقتی خدا برای تو شد خونبهاترین. تأثیر اشک زینب و خون گلوی توست، که ذره ذره خاک تو باشد شفاترین. السلام علیک یا مولانا یا ابا عبدالله الحسین. انشاءالله به برکت همین امشب زود برات کربلای هممون به دست بیبی حضرت زینب به عنوان عیدیمون امضا بشن. صلوات محمدی خطر.
تشکر از آقا مهدی برای شعر زیبا. خب یه خانومه از شوهرش میپرسه عزیزم تو زن خوشگل دوست داری یا زن باشور؟ برمیگرده میگه که شوهرش هیچ کدوم عزیزم، من فقط تو رو دوست دارم. خب امشب به خاطر اینکه مهمون داریم سعی کنیم که بچه ها برن توی اتاق، صدا رو پایین نگه داریم، نشون بدیم که جای دعای ما احترام داره و گوش میکنیم. خانوما لطفاً یه ذره صداتون رو بیارین پایین که یه ذره آبرو حفظ کنیم. خب من الان I would like to invite آرزو خانم up. Please give her a round of applause. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. السلام علیک یا بنت امیر المؤمنین. السلام علیک یا بنت فاطمه و خدیجه یا کعبة رضایا. Zainab Kubra, Salam Allah alayha, was born in Medina on the 5th day of Jamadil Awal. The news of her birth reached the ears of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. He went to his daughter's home, Hazrat Fatima Zahra, Salam Allah alayha, to visit her baby. He told his daughter, Fatima Jan, bring me your baby. Hazrat Fatima Zahra brought her baby close to her, kissed her before handing the baby to her father. Prophet Muhammad laid his cheek onto the baby's face, and tears started flowing from his eyes. By then, Hazrat Zahra became worried and upset, so she asked her father, "Why are you crying?" He replied saying, "The reason for such tears is because when you and I leave this world, she will face a hard journey ahead of her, filled with trials and tribulations." When Zainab was about 5 years old, she had a terrible dream about strong winds that darkened the earth, making her struggle in a tree in which she was stuck in. The branches she took hold of broke, and the wind uprooted the tree, leaving her with no support. When she told her grandfather of her strange dream, he wept, revealing the losses in which she would suffer. The tree represented himself. He said, "The branches are your father, Ali, and your mother, Fatima Zahra, and the twigs are your brothers, Hassan and Hussein." In Medina, Hazrat Zainab absorbed the teachings of Islam from her grandfather and after her father. She cared and held responsibility for running her father's household. She lived simple and sparing, being generous to the poor, homeless, and parentless. In her womanhood, she grew into a fine-statured young woman. Her character reflected the best attributes of the ones that raised her. Her sobriety and serenity was from her grandmother, al-Mu'minin Khadija. Her modesty from her mother, eloquence from her father, patience from Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and bravery and tranquility of the heart from Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Hazrat Zainab had married her first cousin Abdullah ibn Jafar Tayyar, who was raised by Prophet Muhammad. Both had pleasing manners, sincerity, and generosity that connected them. While still in Medina, Zainab made sure to hold meetings for women, where she shared her knowledge and taught them the deen of Islam as written in the Holy Quran. She became known as Fasiha, skillfully fluent, and Baligha, eloquent.
with her dedication to hold such consecutive teachings. Masses of women would attend her daily sittings to benefit from her wisdom, scholarship, and intelligence in the explanation of the Quran. With such depth and certainty of her knowledge, she was said to be the alama ghair mu'allama, meaning that she was knowledgeable without being taught. Hazrat Zainab found little interest in worldly decorations, as she preferred the bliss and comfort of the next world over this world, deen over dunya. Her humbleness and high morals was meant to please Allah, and so she avoided anything that was doubtful to her sins. With Imam Hussein alayhi salam, she developed an unbreakable bond of attachment. When she was crying as a baby in her mother's arms, she would only quiet down when held by her brother, and Zainab would quietly gaze at his face. Before she began her prayers, she would also look upon her beloved brother. But the Sire Prophet Muhammad gave the message of Zainab's serious hardships in Karbala. When the time came of Imam Hussein alayhi salam's journey to Karbala, Zainab had prepared all her life for what was written for her and her brother. And so she preferred to face the trials of Karbala than to ever be separated from him. But knowing of this insurmountable fact, that the slaughter would occur, she maintained her calmness through prayer and remembrance of the purpose in which their lives were being sacrificed. But in distressed moments, Imam Hussein alayhi salam assured her that the blessings of Allah are upon you. Do not worry in the troubles these wretched people will cause. Even after the ones she loved were martyred, later being beaten along with the other women and children as she tried to protect them with her life. Being unveiled by the enemies, she held on to her purpose and bravery of heart, replying to Ibn Ziyad that soon you will stand with them before Allah, and they will demand justice. Beware the day of reckoning. She spoke with the voice of her father as Ibn Ziyad became enraged, ordered for Ali, the son of Hussein alayhi salam, to be killed. But Hazrat Zainab stood in the way, claiming if he was to be killed, they would have to kill her too. Ibn Ziyad was surprised by her devotion and let Ali live. Hazrat Zainab was not afraid. She turned to Yazid and told him that he didn't have the right or authority over them, that he was abusing her. Through her fearless and bold speeches that spread of their journey, people learned of the events of Karbala, and their hearts were moved. With the people's attention upon the truth, Yazid released the captives from further results of turmoil and unrest in the realm of Damascus. Hazrat Zainab provided truth to the people whose hearts were moved, and that was the way of victory. Hazrat Zainab endured pain physically and mentally with courage and gave strength to all around her. The sorrow she expressed showed her intense humanity, and her submission to Allah was angelic. The spirit of Hazrat Zainab will live on forever and hopefully inspire those who hear of her story for all to come. Recently, I had watched a video of a woman who was inspired by Hazrat Zainab's patience, which helped her overcome her problems, such as with her mental health and the tiring side effects. She learned that even on the 11th night of Muharram, Hazrat Zainab was praying Salat al-Layl and never complained of Allah's plannings, making her realize that her hardships were because of mankind, not Allah, because she knew that our one and only God has always been on our side. And as an ex-Sunni, she then realized that she's got to be Shia, because that is who she herself felt like she belonged as, and felt that her needs would be justified in the hands of Allah. As well as renaming herself to be Zainab because of the emotional connection and the thought of hope that Allah would accept her as someone who wants to follow the path and character of Hazrat Zainab. And to conclude, for the women of this generation, to all the women here today, even for the men, we can learn from her powerful figure. Her words, her generosity, piousness, love and care for others, and most importantly, for Allah. As we women in this time are starting to learn and develop the importance of our beings, try to remember of the women of Islam, the women who have sacrificed what they had for Islam, for Allah, for us. Try to remember Hazrat Zainab, because the changes we are seeing now with movements of women's rights, civil rights, humanity, lives that matter, equality, etc., reflects what we can do to better ourselves as humans, as Muslims of our community. Because we should care, we should develop some patience and spread love. We should be kind, because it's good for our health, and it is our responsibility as Muslims, certainly, to show that, just like Hazrat Zainab did. There are weak points in life, but that shouldn't stop us from taking the next step, from being who we are, or stop us from being brave. Because nothing is holding you back except yourself. And if you want to do something in life, to strive towards what is right, Allah will be there and will help guide you along the way. Don't be afraid of your religion, of your faith, of what you believe in, because this world will be ticking away, but not what you stand for. Life can get tough at times, but bear patience and strength in remembrance of how much Hazrat Zainab had to go through, and try to understand her purpose. Be grateful for the things you have, for the people you once had, met, or around you. We all have a purpose in which we are brought to this world. So in remembrance of her, I would like to thank Hazrat Zainab for giving me the courage to come up here and share a part of her inspiring story. Let's rest our hope and faith with Allah and allow the patience and bravery of Hazrat Zainab be a great influence upon us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Arzu John. That was beautiful. A Bolan salawat for her. So, one day there was 3 men that were going through the jungle, and they came across a really violent river. They had no idea how to cross it. So the first man decided to pray. Please, God, give me the strength to cross this river. Immediately, he grew huge muscles, huge legs, huge arms, and he managed to swim across the river in a couple hours, but he almost nearly drowned twice. The second man learned from the first man. He prayed, God, give me the strength and the tools to cross the river. Then a boat appeared out of nowhere. He also grew the muscles, but his boat capsized almost twice. Now the third man, he learned from both of those men, and he said, please, God, give me the strength, the tools, and the intelligence to cross the river. Immediately, he turned into a woman. She looked at a map, walked upstream 100 yards, and crossed over a bridge to the other side. برای خانومای دست بزنیم. حالا داستان حوا و آدم رو که میدونیم. شیطان هر کاری کرد که آدم سیب بخوره نخورد. روشو کرد به حوا، گفت بخورید واسه پوستتون خیلی خوبه، و واسه همونه که اینطور شد که حوا سیب بخورد. I'd like to now invite Sharifa Khanum up for a beautiful poem. Please give her a round of applause.
الله الرحمن الرحیم. امشب دلم به تاب و سرم گرم از تب است. امشب که از نسیم حضوری لبالب است. شمع است و شاهد است و شرابی که بر لب است. شور و شگفتی است و شبی عشق مشرب است. شامی که روشنایی روز است امشب است. امشب شب ملیکه دادار زینب است. این جلوه های شبی بیکرانه است. این جذبه حرمی بی نشانه است. این سجده بر قدمی جاودانه است. این شعله نگهی عاشقانه است. از هر لبی که میشنوی این ترانه است. عالم محیط و نقطه پرگار زینب است. سری رسید و معنی کتاب شد. نوری دمید و قبله هر آفتاب شد. چشمی گشود و چشم شقایق به خواب شد. زیباترین دعای علی مستجاب شد. زهراست این که در دل گهواره قاب شد. امشب تمام گرمی بازار زینب است. بر عرش سبز دست نبی تا که جا گرفت. نورش زمین و کل زمان را فرا گرفت. حتی بهشت سرمه از آن خاک پا گرفت. از عطر دامنش همه جا روشنا گرفت. آینه مقابل رویش خدا گرفت. تصویر جلوه های خداوار زینب است. این کیست این که سجده کند عشق بر درش؟ این کیست این که سینه درند در برابرش؟ این کیست این که از جلوات مطهرش عالم نبود غیر غباری ز محضرش؟ فرموده است از برکاتش برادرش. آیینه دار حیدر کرار زینب است. سرچشمه های پرتپش کوهسار از اوست. دریا از اوست. جذبه هر آبشار از اوست. تیغ کلام فاطمیش آبدار از اوست. تفسیر آیه های غم و انتظار از اوست. آری تمام هیمنه ذوالفقار از اوست. از کربلا بپرس علمدار زینب است. سوگند بر شکوه دل مرتضاییش. بر جلوه های حیدریش مجتباییش. سوگند بر تقدس کرب و بلاییش. بر ریشه های چادر سبز خداییش. سوگند بر نماز شب کبریاییش. تا روز حشر کعبه عیسی زینب است. نون و قلم نبیست و ما یسرون حسین. طاق فلک علیست به عالم ستون حسین. خلقت تمام حضرت زهراست خون حسین. هستی تمام ظاهر و ما فی البطون حسین. با یک قیامت است هم الغالبون حسین. در این قیام نقطه پرگار زینب است. سردار سرسپرده جولان عشق کیست؟ تنها امیر فاتح میدان عشق کیست؟ عشق از حسین و گوش به فرمان عشق کیست؟ روح دمیده در تن بی جان عشق کیست؟ علامه مفسر قرآن عشق کیست؟ تفسیر آیه ها همه اسرار زینب است. پیداترین ستاره دیبای خلقت است. زیباترین سروده لبهای خلقت است. زهراترین زهره زهرای خلقت است، لیلاترین لیلی لیلای خلقت است، شیواترین سؤال معمای خلقت است، گنجینه اسرار، گنجینه جزیره اسرار زینب است. ذرات و کائنات همه مرده یا خموش، در احتجاج بود زنی یک علم به دوش، قلب جهان به عمق زمین غرق جنب و جوش، آتش فشان قهر خداوند در خروش، هوهوی ذوالفقار علی میرسد به گوش، این رعد و برق نیست که انگار زینب است. خورشید روی قله نی آشکار شد، کوچکترین ستاره سر شیرخوار شد، ناموس حق به ناقه عریان سوار شد، 84 خسته به هم قطار شد، زیباترین ستاره دنباله‌دار شد، در این مسیر نور جلودار زینب است. چشم ستاره در به در جستجوی ماه، بر روی نیزه دیده زینب گرفت راه، مبهوت می نمود به سر نیزه ای نگاه، آتش کشید شعله ز دل تا کشید آه، که ای جان پناه زینب و اطفال بی پناه، راحت بخواب چون که پرستار زینب است. پشتش شکست بس که بر او آسمان گریست، حتی به حال و روز دلش کاروان گریست، از خنده های هرمله و ساربان گریست، بر گیسوان شعله ور کودکان گریست، از ضربه های دم به دم خیزران گریست، بر خیل اشک قافله سالار زینب است. زینب اگر نبود اثر از کربلا نبود، شیرازه‌ای برای کتاب خدا نبود، زینب اگر نبود علم حق به پا نبود، این خیمه ها و پرچم و رخت و عزا نبود، یا حسین بر لب ما و شما نبود، در کار عشق گرمی بازار زینب است. با اینکه قد خمیده ام و داغ دیده ام، فتح الفتوح کرده ام هر جا رسیده ام، گر نیش کعب نی به وجودم خریده ام، گر طعم تازیانه چو مادر چشیده ام، چون کوه ایستاده ام ای سر بریده ام، در اوج اقتدار جهاندار زینب است. از نای من به ناله چو نای افتاد، از نای من به ناله چو افتاد نای نی، عالم شنید از پس آن های های نی، تو بر فراز نیزه و من در قفای نی، آنقدر سنگ خورده ام از لابلای نی، تا این که یافتم سرت از رد پای نی، هجران توست آتش و نیزار زینب است. قرآن بخوان که حفظ شود آبروی تو، رنگین شده است ساقه نی از گلوی تو، در حسرتم که نیزه کند شانه موی تو، ای منتهای آرزویم گفتگوی تو، تیر بلا و حسرت آن های و هوی تو، ای نازنین بناز خریدار زینب است. امشب دلم به تاب و سرم گرم از تب است، امشب دلم به تاب و سرم گرم از تب است، امشب که از نسیم حضوری لبالب است، شمع است و شاهد است و شرابی که بر لب است شور و شگفتی است و شبی عشق مشرب است شامی که روشنایی روز است امشب است امشب شب ملیکه دادار زینب است سلام
یه صلوات بلند برای شریف خانم. To follow up with that, I'd like to say a poem by Abbas Baqir in English. In you a world is born, messenger of resistance is born. A diver in the flood of blood is born. After Karbala, a new Karbala is born. In the ocean of blood, a navigator is born. Decked are lane, street, squares of Damascus. Every down and every up turns down. As you will move from town to town, you are a queen, blood of martyrs your crown. With you moves the message, and at you it is grown. Where you be there, the winds of truth are born. You are Karbala's mirror, in the Quran it is shown. The balm of breeze filled calm into the air. You stood high, taking our care. By your hands, the drum of God beaten. By your permission, will open the doors of heaven. You are neither a prophet, nor an imam, but you, to all, stand a standard of norm. You are the pride of Islam, and Islam is proud. On the day of judgment, destinies depend on you. In your custody is deposited the martyr's blood. Noah forgets his ark before its astonishing flood. In your voice all prophets will demand. The tyrants where will hide all your command. The amputated heads from your lap speak. From beyond centuries echoes the squeak. Long live your memory, O lady. O diurnal odor is your lily. At this time, لطفاً خانوما، آقایون، بچه ها همشون تو اتاق باشن. دوست دارم که دعوت کنم نه همه نرین تو اتاق، نه فقط بچه ها برن تو اتاق. خانوما ولی لطفاً احترام بذاریم به مهمونمون. برای 10 دقیقه صحبت نکنیم، احترام بذاریم. دادستان بستان سان دیگو Ostan, San Diego. So I'd like to introduce the District Attorney, Summer Steffen. I'd like to give you a little bit of information about her before she comes up. So the District Attorney has devoted her life to protecting children and families and providing justice to the voiceless and the most vulnerable. She is a national leader in the fight against sexual exploitation and human trafficking, who has served the Deputy District Attorney in San Diego County for the past 27 years. 27 سال هستش که تو سان دیگو داره کمک میکنه مخصوصاً به آدمایی که ضعیفترین هستن و در بیشترین خطر هستن. تو این زمان 15 سال during this time she combined extensive courtroom experience with over 15 years of management and leadership experience. She rose through the ranks to appointments as chief of DA's North County branch and chief of the Sex Crimes and Human Trafficking Division, a special victims unit she pioneered. In 2012, she was appointed Chief Deputy District Attorney. In 2017, she was appointed District Attorney. Please put your hands together and welcome our District Attorney, Summer Stephanie.
You could just step up over this way. Okay.
I can say I've never had this music introduce me, so I'm very excited. I'm going to start taking it with me everywhere. I really like the sound. It's beautiful. Thank you, Imam Saberi, for having me here and for the Islamic Education Center. I'm really honored to be with these fine men of faith and women of faith here in your midst. And especially on the day that is the birthday of Hazrati Zainab, because obviously when I read about her, her life was about fighting oppression and injustice, and in a very small way, that's kind of what I do at the District Attorney's Office, in a much smaller way. That's why I became a district attorney. I abhor injustice. I abhor oppression. I abhor when people are injured and harmed, and when people are bullied and pushed around, and when people are discriminated against based on anything, and when people suffer from indignity through human trafficking, enslavement, sexual exploitation, hate crimes, and everything else. So I actually wanted to, I was thinking about becoming like Officer Nabi Zaidi, yes, from, you all know him. But I have a very, very strict Greek Armenian father. So I think I recognize some people in here as that. And he was not going to have that. He did not want me to be out on the street. So I had to respectfully, like the oldest, I'm the oldest of 4 daughters, respectfully find a way to still pursue law enforcement and justice, but do it without making him upset. And so I was already at UC Davis. I got my 4-year psychology degree. And what I wanted to do is to become one of those serial minds, you know, like Law and Order, Special Victims Units, kind of looking for the serial, terrible people, the killers, and chasing them. But I couldn't do that, and so I went to law school for 3 more years to be an obedient daughter, got a law degree, and became a prosecutor, because being a prosecutor puts you in a midst of law enforcement, but you're actually dealing with the justice system with due process for everyone, for the accused as well as the victims. It's the only job in our criminal justice system, and I don't know if it has, I'm sure it has counterparts in many parts of the world, but what's fascinating about it is that you don't really represent any side. You represent the people. You represent justice. So you don't owe anybody anything. You don't, if along a case you find out that somebody maybe was not guilty, you're supposed to let them out. So you're supposed to pursue what is justice, and that really, really attracted me to it. So for 28 years, I've been doing that. So I've been a deputy district attorney for longer than I've been alive, not a deputy district attorney. So that's, thank you. So that has been my life. I am one of those very, just very blessed by God people. I've been married to the same great person for 31 years. And I have 3 beautiful grown children, and they're a blessing in my life, and they call me every day, and it's a huge blessing to be a mother a wife, and also somebody who brings about justice in the community. So thank you. When I joined the district attorney's office in 1990, there were not many women in the office, and there were not many women my size, so I did not meet the height requirement, you know. Even the women we had in my office were much bigger. I was just did not look like anything like a prosecutor. So I didn't get hired right away. I got rejected, and I got rejected again, and so, but isn't that part of God's plan? Is some of the pain and some of the rejections are really part of what God does to bring us, to make us stronger. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and also allows us to really grow and be humble. And that's one of the things is I, you know, never lose sight of the fact that I am here to serve. I'm the servant to the community. It's not the other way around. People aren't here to serve me. I'm the one that was blessed with power, and power is supposed to be used for good. And that's what we do. So I want to describe to you a little bit our organization. Does anybody know much about the district attorney's office? Not much. So what would be, Imam, like the counter to the district attorney? What kind of organization would that be? Like a justice?
In Farsi they call it Dadsetan.
Okay.
Or Dadgah.
Okay. So there is a counterpart. So what's unique though is, you know, San Diego County, there's one district attorney's office. So even though there are many cities and city attorneys, there's only one district attorney's office. So from the border of Mexico to the border of Riverside, from El Centro to the ocean, that's all the district attorney's office. So our office serves 3.3 million, our entire population. We're the second largest county in the state of California, the fifth largest in the country. There are 8 police chiefs in San Diego County and 1 sheriff. And you know, like Chief Zimmerman, Chief Carter, all of the different police chiefs, there's 8 of them that patrol 8 cities, and there's 1 sheriff. But all of them, their cases come to the district attorney's office. So I'm the one link between all of the law enforcement partners. If a crime happened anywhere in San Diego, from driving under the influence to a murder, to a sexual assault, to a robbery, to a drug sale, chances are about 90% that it's going to come to the district attorney's office. The only crimes that don't come to the district attorney's office are federal crimes. Those are crimes at the border, an international border, and misdemeanors or lower crimes that happen in the city of San Diego. Every other kind of crime is going to come to the DA's office. So in order to do that job as district attorney, I have 1,068 employees. And on most days, I love them all like a family. But some days they drive me crazy, you know. And I think, what did you do? What happened? How come nobody told me? But most of the time, it is an absolutely professional team of about 315 deputy district attorneys, like I used to be when I grew up through the ranks. Half are women, half are men, so very different than when I started. I'm probably still the smallest one, but other than that, they're a pretty diverse group. I've been a part of building diversity and inclusion in the DA's office, so our office actually mirrors and matches the community for all sorts of different cultures, ethnicities, walks of life, colors, and that really makes us stronger and makes us be able to build that trust, which is good. We have 120 police officers that are part of my team, paralegals and victim advocates. Very important for the community to know that if anything bad ever happened, whether the crime is solved or not solved, you will be entitled to victim services. So that means medical care, relocation, maybe economic loss that can be recovered. So it's really important that if a crime is reported, the victim services will help the victim no matter whether we catch the bad guy or gal or we don't catch them. So last year, as an example, our office helped 12,000 victims in San Diego County. So that is very, very large. These days, I think there's concerns about immigration status, and those sorts of things. Really important for you all to know that the DA's office has no business in immigration. We don't ask, there's no requirement that the victim be a United States citizen or have any documentation. A victim of a crime, no matter what, we don't ask. There's absolutely not allowed in my office to ask about immigration status. The only time that we are concerned with immigration status is if the victim becomes entitled because they're a victim to a status in the United States. So if it benefits them as a status, that's when we're concerned. There's something called the U visa and a T visa that allows victims of domestic violence, child abuse, violent crimes to gain continued presence and status in the United States as part of protecting them as victims. But other than that, I know that people have concerns, but that doesn't enter our office's work whatsoever. We are your local county prosecutor, here to help everybody on the soil, nothing to do with anything else. Some of the areas of focus that I have are on human trafficking, and people think that that's very far away, but actually 80% of victims of human trafficking in San Diego are local United States kids. They're about 16 years old, 15 years old, and they're used by gangs for really terrible things to make money. How do they do it? It's not by kidnap, and that's something that I want all the moms and parents to watch for. The most powerful criminal tool is this. It's the social media recruitment. It's the people that are talking to our kids, pretending to be a friend when they're really a stranger who wants bad things for them. They want to make money. So I'm really working very hard on making sure. You might have seen the new campaign that talks about how traffickers also like technology. And it's important as parents because you're not going to be able to take this phone away. Your child needs it for school. They need their media. So what you need to do is establish a relationship of communication. No child should ever have a password that you don't know. And if you try to do a spot check and you find that they have changed their password without telling you, then their phone gets taken away for a while because you own the phone. And no matter what they tell you, they do not have privacy rights. I will not be arresting you for searching your kid's room or phone or being in their business, because that's what good parents do. Is you look at your kids and you figure out what they're doing and to protect them, to keep them safe. But you also have to find a path to forgive them if they make mistakes, because otherwise they will be lost from you forever. So we have to have a path of forgiveness, but we have to communicate. So please be careful about that. The other big thing that's impacting our community is the opiate epidemic. I don't know if many of you have heard about that. Many people think it doesn't affect you, but it does. We've had 400 deaths in San Diego County just this last year from opiate overdoses. Those are about 300 of them are painkillers. They're not heroin or fentanyl. It's painkillers. Your doctors, when you get injured, they're going to be prescribing Oxycontin to you, Percocet, Vicodin, and all sorts of things. What they don't tell you, especially when your kids are injured in sports, is on day 5, you will be addicted. So, and they also don't tell you, because of pharmaceutical greed, that actually after day 2, Tylenol and Motrin is enough to take away the pain. So I'm working on laws. One of the things I do is on a monthly basis, I go up to Sacramento and I fight for better laws. And one of the laws I'm working on is to have better, more honest labeling when it comes to when doctors give you this stuff, so that you know, because I've talked to now 2 parents that have lost boys that were on sports teams, honor students. They get injured, they get put on painkillers by their doctors, they become addicted. And with a young brain, they're not bad kids, but they start to seek that same substance. And when it's taken away from them, they start to forge prescriptions and steal it from other friends' cabinets. So please, please, make sure that you ask questions of your doctor and that you know why you need to take it for that long, because you shouldn't need to. It should be only 2 days. And so I'm working on legislation to put a pill cap, to have only 5 days worth and things like that. Hate crimes, totally unacceptable. We've already prosecuted several cases that deal with hate crimes. So please don't allow that to happen, because people who are oppressors and ones who want to perpetrate injustice, they thrive when people don't report. If you don't report, somebody else is going to be hurt. So you have to report, and it's something that will be taken very, very seriously. So that's another big area. And I just want to make sure that you know that you have access to our office, that I'm doing a lot of education for mosques against trafficking and other education. I like being out in the community. Like I said, we are here to serve you, not the other way around. If, God forbid, you or somebody you know are a victim of a crime, know that you can come to the DA's office and that we will try to help you in any way possible. So I don't know if you want me to take questions or just leave it at that. Is there any burning questions anybody has? Yes.
Do you guys still do the Citizens Academy?
Yes.
Okay.
We still do that, and it's excellent. It's a way to learn about what happens in the criminal justice system. It's very important. By the way, I only gave you bad news. The good news is we are still the safest urban county anywhere in the United States. Our homicide rates have gone down by 16%. The only crime rate that has gone up are crimes against seniors. And that's because people like to prey on a vulnerability, and not in this culture, but in most cultures, seniors are isolated, and so bad influences can come in, take their money. If you do have a senior in your life, put caller ID on the phone. There's absolutely no reason they should be answering the phone to anyone but a known person, because most fraud is perpetrated by getting them on the phone and getting them to give money. They tell them you owe check to the IRS, we're gonna come pick it up. Your grandson needs money, you have to wire it, all of these frauds. So don't listen to any fraud like that. It's very likely not true, most of it. Any other questions? Yes, sir. It's not that they're not important. There's a charter, a city charter, where they decided that the misdemeanors just in the city of San Diego will go to the city attorney. That was done years ago. But in every other city, the DA's office does the misdemeanors as well as the felonies. So the way to think of it is we do all felony crime anywhere, which is felony crime is like abuse, beating, domestic violence, all of that, death, murder, rape, everything. We do that. And all lower crimes we also do, except in the city. So, yeah. Yes.
I have a question, if you don't mind. I'm going to ask in Farsi and I'm going to
Oh, yeah.
ask in English. میخوام از ایشون بپرسم که فرق این که یکی ممکنه یکی از خواهرای ما رو توهین بکنه، به مذهب ما توهین کنه، به خواهر ما بعد فحش بهشون بده، یا اینکه فرقش اینه که یکی دیگه این کارو بکنه و چادر خواهر رو یا حجاب از اون بکشه. فرق بین این دو تا این چی هستش؟ What's the difference between somebody who insults a female Muslim who's wearing a hijab, insults her and insults her religion? The difference between that and then he takes it further and grabs her hijab, takes it away from her. What's the difference between the two, please?
Right, so words are usually protected under the First Amendment, even if they're very ugly and bad. So most of the time, unless the words translate to a threat, like I'm going to kill you, I'm going to hurt you, words are not going to be prosecuted under the law. They're not prosecutable. Actions, so taking away hijab is a touching, because the touching doesn't have to be direct. The touching can be through something. So that becomes a battery. Now combined with the words, that becomes a hate crime, because the words indicate the intent, that that's the reason it was done. So then it becomes a higher crime than a normal battery.
How about if we have a video or a picture of them?
That's more evidence. So video pictures are great evidence, and that makes the case even better and stronger for prosecution.
So it's acceptable?
Absolutely, yes. Pictures are what they call self-authenticating, which means that the picture speaks for itself. So you don't need a long chain of evidence, as opposed to like if we're trying to take DNA from touching the scarf. That has to have a chain of custody. But a picture is usually self-authenticating, so it works very well in court. Any other questions? Sir?
Thank you for your time. If possible, and you have the time, I'm a university retired, and I would like to take 10 seconds of your time after.
Oh, absolutely. Be happy to. Anything? Back there, sir?
Yeah, sorry, my question is regarding U visa.
Yes.
So those people who get approved for the U visa, are they going to be, this is the things I sometimes talk about, are they going to be underestimated by government or the companies and say that these people comes from the U visa, because after 2-3 years I think people can ask for green card.
Right.
So these people are going to be underestimated by other companies or organizations in the US or the government, by comparing them to the people who got sponsorship from the companies to get the green cards, or they got from the university achievements. So about U visa, is there going to be any underestimation?
You know, I'm not sure. I mean, what will go on in the company's minds in comparing identification? I don't think that companies care if they're going to get a good worker that knows the job. I don't think they care how they're in this country legally. I haven't seen that. I haven't heard those complaints. The only issue is that people want to keep crime private, right? And so U visa indicates that you're a victim of a crime. It doesn't make it that it's your fault, but it means you're a victim, and that's how you got the U visa. So I don't think that companies can ask beyond that it's a visa. They shouldn't really be into your business about your privacy. You can imagine for some of the women, they would not want to, and they should not have to share why they have the U visa. So, any other questions? Yes, Miss.
manufactured role. It's just when it's being done, how do you take video or is that just
Right. I mean, the main thing is your safety. So we tell people not to engage with the perpetrator and get them more aggravated. The best thing to do is to try to take as many descriptors of the person to see if they're leaving in a certain vehicle, to get kind of as much detail as possible about them. But I wouldn't recommend that you stop and try to aggravate somebody by taking a picture. I mean, fortunately, sometimes everybody has a phone and someone else hopefully will take a picture. And if you do see that someone else took a picture, ask them to please send it to you and ask them for their name. That's the better, safer way to do it. Anything else? Yes, miss. Pardon me? Civil? Not most of the time. So the DA's office is a criminal office, not a civil office. Now, certain fraud crimes, white-collar fraud, like if you get ripped off by a contractor, a subcontractor that is shady, that can go criminal or civil. So you could report it, and it can also be potentially a civil case. But most things have to be crimes to be reported to us. But fraud specifically can often fall into a civil and a criminal. But you can always call and ask. That's why when I became DA, all our cards have the victim service number. So there's an accessible number for you to call. Okay. I don't want to take up more time, but I'll be here. Thank you very much. It's such an honor to serve. I never knew 28 years ago that I'm the only DA that has risen from bottom all the way to up. So that's a little bit of a good thing for the people that work for me, because they know that I've been in their shoes, that I've done every job they've done, and that I'm not some politician who's just coming in and wanting the job, rather just climbed up to the job. So I'm honored to serve, and thank you for having me here today.
So let's give the district attorney another round of applause and thank her for coming here. We really appreciate it. Day in and day out, you're helping people, and that's a very important pillar for Islam, is to help others. And she has a job where she's blessed to where she can help people on a daily basis. در حرفشون داشتش میگفتش که هر اذیتی هر کسی شد، فرقی نداره سن باشه غیر قانونی اینجا هستش، باید بره جلو بگه. هیچ ترسی نیست تو اون که یه موقع اذیت کنن ببرن بیرون. گفتن که اگر خانوما اذیت بشن حجابشون رو از سرشون بکنن، کمک میکنن. آدمایی که ضعیف هستن و خطر بهشون میاد، ایشون هستن که کمک میکنن ایشونو و 1000 نفری که زیرشون کار میکنه. We appreciate what you do for our community. We're happy to have you here. We'd love for you to come and give more lectures and educate us on what you do and how the system works. I'd like to invite Sayed Salisbury up. We'd like to give you an award from us. Salavat.
خواهران و برادران بزرگوار، سلام علیکم جمیعا و رحمت الله و برکاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم الحمد لله رب العالمین الصلاة والسلام علی سید الانبیاء والمرسلین حبیب الهنا و شفیع ذنوبنا و طبیب قلوبنا العبد المؤید والرسول المسدد والمصطفى الأمجد الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على وعلى أهل بيته المعصومين المكرمين واللعن الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم لقاء الدين زینب شیرازه ام الکتاب ای به کام تو زبان بوتراب ای به کام تو زبان بوتراب در کلامت هیبت شیر خدا در زبانت ذوالفقار مرتضی زینب شیرازه ام الکتاب دردهایش را به گوش چاه گفت بازگو با ما ز درد فاطمه زشک گرم و آب سرد فاطمه صلواتی بفرمایید اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. First, I would like to thank our dear guest, District Attorney Mrs. Samer Stefan. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and giving us this honor. And thank all of you respected brothers and sisters and those who help us to have this celebration, and every single of you dear respected brothers, sisters, our honorable youth. برای سلامتی خودتون، برای خانم‌های عزیزی که زحمت کشیدن این جشن باصفا رو برگزار کردن، خانم‌هایی که برنامه‌های خیلی خوبی اجرا کردن و همچنین دیستریکت اتورنی خانم استفان یک کف مرتب. We have a Persian saying, the shorter, the smarter. You said that among your colleagues, you were the shorter, but it looks that you were the smartest. Because we had several officials from San Diego here, and we are proud of that. But on my belief as a speaker, you were the strongest speaker. یک دفعه مرتب براشون بزنید. خب امشب خواهر و برادر بزرگوار من یک چند تا هدیه دارم، یک چند تا جایزه دارم. به جای سخنرانی با هم دیگه میریم جلو، هر کی سوالای ما رو جواب بده توی شب عزیز انشالله یک چند تا جایزه هم میگیره. خوبه؟ خدای مهربان در قرآن میفرماند الرجال قوامون علی النساء. خب در اینجا جایگاه مرد و جایگاه زن مشخص میشه. حالا من سوال میکنم به لحاظ اسلامی، شما هر کی جواب درست رو بده. تأمین مسکن وظیفه زن هست یا مرد؟ یه نفر دستشو بیاره بالا جایزه بده. بله؟ خب او خودکاره رو میده آقای دکتر؟ خب تأمین، خب این سوال شاید آسون بود نه؟ یه خورده سخت‌ترش میکنیم. تأمین به اصطلاح هاوس هولدینگ، مثلا لوازم معیشت زندگی، اون بوده کیه؟ زن. کی گفت زن؟ جایزه رو بگیره. اونایی که میگن زن دستشون بیارن بالا. شما میگی زن؟ ده.
الانه
بالاخره ما داریم قوانین اسلامی رو مطالعه میکنیم. خب حالا درست امروز خیلی چیزا فرق میکنه. اصلا غذا پختن وظیفه کی؟ ایدی روشنه. کی؟
ما با اون
وظیفه کیه؟ خب این جواب خب شما چی میگید؟ نظر کی؟ شما شما دستتون دو دست آوردی بالا شما میگی آره نه وظیفه هر دوست بله هیچ وظیفه‌ای نداره شما بغل خانم شکنه اسم شما چیه؟ شما فامیلتون چیه؟ خانم قاسمی خانم شکنه هم درست گفتن پس غذا خوردن غذا پختن وظیفه کیه؟ آقایون غذا خوردن وظیفه این یه حکم شرعی هست من خدمتتون عرض کردم غذا پختن آقایون ممکنه در امشب ته بس با من ناراحت بشن و خلاصه آجا نون ما رو آجا کردی ولی این قوانین اسلامی هست مطالعه بکنه خوبه پس غذا پختن بر زن واجب یعنی خانم میتونه آیا خانم میتونه که از شوهر خودش بابت غذا پختن پول بگیره؟ مثلا فردا صبحانه مثلا $30 نهار یه خورده زحمتش بیشتره $50 خب حالا یک سوال تکنیکی بله شکریه خانم
پدرم میگه که تا موقعی که در خونه من هستی هیچ غلطی نمیتونی بکنی باز رفت خونه شوهر هر کاری که دلت خواست کنی من خورم خونه شوهر رو اون غلطایی که خونه پدر
حالا یک سوال دیگه نکته قشنگی گفتی شکریه خانم سوال آخر هست و بعد انشالله بحث رو میبریم توی قسمت دیگه و اون این که خب طبیعتاً خانم ها از فرزندان خودشون مراقبت میکنن تراوش کنین مسائل با این یکی دیگه موافق هستید دیگه این یکی وظیفه کیه؟ دیگه کی جواب داره شما بفرمایید شهربانو خانم شما وظیفه پدر هست که فرزند رو شیر بده حالا ما چیزی گفتیم دیگه بله بفرمایید بله احسنتون بله
یعنی تربیت فرزند یا مثلا تربیت
بله بسیار خوب پس یه نتیجه بگیریم یه جنبندی بکنیم به انگلیسی خوبه So according to Quranic and Islamic teachings, it is not obligatory for the ladies or the wife to provide the housing. It is not obligated on the wife to provide the households. It is not obligated on wife to take care of the children, child care, right? Even according to Islamic teachings, it is not obligated on wife to cook food at home, right? So this is Islamic lessons. The conclusion is that really, brothers and sisters, truly, mashallah, our ladies, they are very generous, very kind, mashallah, very honorable, that they are doing more, much more than obligation. So if you would like to thank them tonight, please give them a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad و آل محمد. صلواتی که یک صلواتی نبود برای سلامتی او خانم هایی که بیشتر از وظیفه خودشون کار میکنن. یعنی اگه فاکتوره رو بکنن ها، از اون اول عروسی تا الان هرچه غذا درست کردن، هرچه به خانه کمک کردن، هرچه به مرگج منزل کمک کردن، هرچه بچه مراقبت کردن، یک عالمه میشه. صلوات ضعیف بود. برای تشکریشون، برای سلامتیشون یک کف محکم و مرتب بزنید. خب 2 تا آیه قرآن دیگه هم میخونم انشاءالله بحثمون متبرک بشه و تمومش بکنیم. یکی این که هن لباس لکم و انتم لباس لهن. خواهرای محترم تشکر میکنیم از همه شما، همین گونه که شما رحمت و برکت هستید در منزل ها، حقیقتا برای این مسجد هم ماشاءالله منشأ خیر و برکات هستید. من فکر میکنم که امشب که خانم ها برنامه رو اجرا کردن، از اون شبایی که آقایون برنامه ها رو اجرا میکردن یه خورده بهتر شد، نه؟ خیلی
همیشه کاراشون بهتر.
بله الحمدلله.
همه کارایی
بله چشم جایزه هست انشاءالله میدم در انتها خدمتتون. نه پس بنابراین آیه قرآن میفرماد هن لباس لکم و انتم لباس لهن. زن و مرد برای اینکه امور یک خانواده موفق رو پیش ببرن باید با همدیگه همکاری بکنن. همون گونه که یک کبوتر با 2 بال میپره، زن و شوهر هستن که با همکاری همدیگه میتونن امور زندگی رو رشد بدن. طبعا موقعی که ازدواج میکنن هر کدوم ممکنه یک نواقصی داشته باشن، یک عیبهایی داشته باشن. عیب همدیگر رو به همدیگه با محبت بگن و اصلاح بکنن و گذشت بکنن. یک جوانی تازه دامادی رفت پیش یک حکیم عالم بزرگواری، ازش سوال کرد که بزرگوارا، حکیما، لطفاً عیب من رو به من بگید، من رو موعظه بکنید. این حکیم بزرگوار جواب داد اگر میخواهی که عیب خودت رو بشناسی برو پیش خانومت، یک عیب به خانومت از عیبهاش رو بگو، بعد ایشون عیب شما و مادر و پدر و عمه و خاله همه رو میریزی روی دایره. پس این نکته. آیه دوم خدای مهربان در قرآن یک مثال زیبایی میزنه. برای اینم من یک جایزه تعیین میکنم. یکی از بزرگترین نعمت‌هایی رو که خدای مهربان میفرماید که این جزو نشانه‌های قدرت ما هست و ما بهتون عطا کردیم و خلق کردیم. یعنی خدا به ما منت میگذاره. بر بعضی از نعمت‌ها خدا به ما منت نمیگذارد، کریم است و رحیم است. اما نعمت‌هایی که خیلی خیلی مهمه خدای مهربان اون رو بزرگ میکنه توی فرم و به ما نشون میده و میفرماید این آیت ما هست، این نشانه ما هست. میتونید بگید یکی از نشانه های عظیم خداوند چی هست در قرآن؟ ها؟ دیگه چی؟ حالا یکی از بزرگترین نشانه های خدا در قرآن، one of the most significant signs of the God, the creator in Quran is بله دیگه what is one of the significant signs of God on the planet? بله شما چی؟ نه آخر کیو همسن؟ نه آخر what's your name؟ محسا خانم چی گفتی؟ what was your answer؟ چی؟ بخشندگی. So according to Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا. One of the greatest sign of God, one of the greatest ni'mah and grant and bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is wife. So جواب درستی کی گفت؟ شریف خانم. ایمان خانم اسم من شما رو من نوشتم اینجا. خب حالا خانم های دکتر حقیقت گفتن که زنها بنابراین طبق اون چیزی که ما گفتیم در اسلامیک تیچینگز هیچ وظیفه ای ندارن. مثل چی؟
مردم همه زن بشن.
بله. خب حالا هیچ وظیفه ای ندارن؟ چی؟
تربیت بچه‌ها.
ادامه همین آیه تسکنو الیها. According to Quran, wife has one responsibility in the family. What is that? فامیلشون چی؟ بله؟ بله. So فقط تهیه آرامش منزل وظیفه زن است که این رو خدا در قرآن بیان کرده. لتسکنوا الیها. Bringing peacefulness to the family. Peacefulness, brothers and sisters, is the most needed and important item to the family. One family may have different columns. The main column of the family is peacefulness, آرامش. Today we have everything thanks to the modern civilization, but many families are suffering from the lack of the peacefulness, relaxation and calm. So this is the responsibility of the wife. Now, help me please, how a wife can bring peacefulness to the family today in the contemporary lifestyle. یک زن چطور میتونه آرامش رو در خانه تأمین بکنه؟ بله، بفرمایید شما. بفرمایید شما. هم جوابشون. بله.
مادر باید مولین باشه برای فرزندانش.
احسنتون.
نسبت به شوهرش، گذشت نسبت به شوهرش.
بله.
رفتار خوب نسبت به شوهر بچه‌هاش که بشه الگو برای فرزندان.
پس موافق هستید که برای اینکه یک زن آرامش رو به منزل بیاره، یکیش اینه که خودش باید صبور باشه، نه؟ So she should be patient in order to bring the peace to the family, right? If she is upset, if she gets angry quickly, right? Then how she can provide peacefulness to the family, right? Especially in difficult circumstances, right? Of course. احسنتون خانم دکتر حقیقت می‌نویسن. طاووسی خانم دکتر طاووسی. بسیار خوب. بیوتیفول. گفتن که زن باید خودش خوشحال باشه تا خوشحالی رو تولید بکنه در منزل، درسته؟ و باید مثبت نگر باشه. گاهی اوقات یه مردی میاد منزل، با اینم موافقید نه؟ یه مردی میاد منزل، یه جای شکستی خورده، یه مشکلی هست و ناراحت هست و اینها، اما اگر این خانمه به اصطلاح اپتیمیستیک باشه، نه مثبت نگر باشه، بگه خب ایشالله درست میشه، نگران نباش، خدا با ما هست، تو سالمی، من سالمیم، بچه‌ها اینا همه خوب، انشالله این مشکل هم حل میشه، نه؟ موافقید با این نه؟ میگن کریستوف کلمب موقعی که آمریکا، حالا یه نفر اینجوری گفت کریستوف کلمب موقعی که آمریکا رو فتح میکرده مجرد بوده. شما با این موافقید یا نه؟ ها؟ میگن چرا؟ میگن به جهت اینکه خب اگر اون زمانی که میخواسته از اروپا حرکت بکنه بیاد آمریکا رو پیدا بکنه، خب اگر خانم میداشت که خانمش میگه کجا داری میری؟ صبر کنید نه؟ با کی داری میری؟ خانم هم تو کشتیتون کار میکنه؟ اصلا بابا بیشین اینجا لازم نیست خاره کش کنی که ولی من معتقدم که شاید اینطور درست باشه که بگیم آمریکا رو خانم آقای کریستوف کلمب با کمک آقای کریستوف کلمب کشف کرده. موقعی که ایشون می‌خواسته بره گفته هر جا میری عزیز دلم منم باید میام. درسته؟ خب پس خود این احوال روحی و درونی خانم میتونه آرامش رو به خانواده بیاره، صبر و گذشت و بزرگواری و بخشش و قناعت و امید انشالله. صلواتی بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل. خب من دعا میکنم و بعد از دعا عزیزانی رو که الان اسمشون رو میخونم مجلس رو همینجوری نگه بدارید. دعا که تموم شد بعد اول هدیه خانم اتورنی رو میدیم، دیستریکت اتورنی تشریف بیارن جایزهشون رو بگیرن. یک لوح تقدیر ناقابلی هست و بعد انشالله عزیزانی که جایزه رو برنده شدن انشالله تشریف بیارن و جایزه خودشون رو بگیرن. اللهم انا نسألك و ندعوك باسمك العظیم الاعظم الاعز الاجل الاکرم الهنا بحق قرآنك المستحکم استجب دعاءنا یا الله 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 یا رحمان یا رحیم. خدا فرج امام زمانمون معجل بفرما، مریضانمون شفای عاجل مرحمت بفرما، امواتمون ببخش و بیامرز، حوائجمون برآورده به خیر بفرما. همه خواهرانی که زحمت کشیدن، برادران عزیز برای این جمع زحماتشون را قبولش درگاهت بفرما. عاقبت امر همه ما فرزندانمون جوانانمون ختم به خیر بفرما. بر خاتم انبیا محمد صلوات. اللهم صل علی محمد و آله. There is a humble appreciation certificate. I would like to invite you to please. Thank you.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you very much. One, sorry, one more please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
خب عزیزانی که اسمشون رو میخونیم تشریف بیارن و هدیهشون رو بگیرن. خانم افسر خانم نور محمدی، خانم حاجی خانم قاسمی، شهربانو خانم، نرگس خانم، خانم شریفه خانم عجمی، حاج خانم روزی کلم بفرمایید، فاطمه خانم بفرمایند، خانم دکتر طاووسی بفرمایند، زینب خانم تشریف دارند بفرمایند، خانم نوایی تشریف بیارند، خانم عجمی هم که تشریف آوردن. دیگه اگر کسی فکر میکنه که از قید قلم افتاده تشریف بیارید.
خوش آمدید.
سر خواهر من زینب مرسی
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Your reading was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.